Where the hell do you find a koala in Melbourne? I need to find one for a really overblown visual metaphor for a creature with a smooth AF cerebral cortex. Yes, this is still a music VOD, bear with me. Okay, so a quick science lesson. Unlike koalas, modern humans have a very densely folded cerebral cortex. That's the outer layer of the brain, and that's regardless of who you are or anything about you. So you might be feeling a little bit squeamish, wondering what new NARM band Smooth Brains sees in their name. I caught up with band lead vocalist and guitarist Henry, bassist and vocalist Jess, and guitarist Jack at their first EP launch gig to ask what's with the name and to learn more about this new offshoot of local surf rockers Hobson's Bay Coast Guard. Okay, I got 3/4 of the Smooth Brains here.
Henry. Jack.
Jess. I saw the Hobson's Bay Coast Guard post about you guys today as being the very 50s offshoot of the band.
Yeah.
Who voted that? Was it one of you or was it one of them, and do you agree?
That was one of them. If I had to guess, I would say that was Chris.
See, I wouldn't say 50, but 60s maybe.
That's what I also...
50's a bit too far.
And the thing that you were referring to, I also saw that today. I was like, thanks, Chris, presumably.
I was very touched.
And I was very touched. I also thought like, probably more 60s than 50s, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, 60s garage.
60s garage.
Well, yeah, it's interesting to say garage because the sound is kind of... It reminds me a bit of like... Especially there was a lyric where you're talking about a scratched eye or something like that. It was reminding me a lot of Birdman, Radio Birdman's Burn My Eye or whatever. Yeah, something about injured eyes either way.
So, like, garbage.
Right.
Scratch my eye. Yeah. Garbage. Last song.
Yeah. Yep. It's an interesting balance though you strike between that kind of like almost Elvis era kind of rock and roll and something a bit punkier, a bit like more OG Melbourne scene kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Where do you find your inspirations are coming from?
Well, just like when also talking about Eric produced the single and the EP, and it's interesting that you said that. Like a big inspiration for Paradigm was Eddie Current, but then like trying to mix it with like Beatles, Arctic Monkeys, trying to blend those two or three. Yeah. So that was kind of the idea for and I kind of the whole project as well, I think.
It's clearly a very intentional sound based off those who've come before. It's interesting to hear such a sound designed around other sounds in that way. And where you're describing it now is
trying to make the old new again, I think, or contemporary. That's the simple way of putting it, I think.
Yeah, I mean we all love lots of music, but like we all love that like mid-late 60s, like, you know, Beatlesy kind of stuff.
Sonics was another big thing.
Like, we don't want to sound like exactly like a 60s band, like just like rip off the 60s, but definitely strong influences from there for sure. Yeah.
And also like early 2000s, like the Hives was another big inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially for Garbage Man, like that's where the riff came from.
Yeah.
That was like Hives riff.
I definitely, and I'm not even like the biggest like Strokes fan ever, but like some of the guitar things I sort like
100%.
I definitely like
for Little Libertine.
I definitely like
Little Libertine's the one that we've sort of all written together.
Yeah.
I think the first song where we've really sort of collaborated with each other.
Definitely. But yeah, I think for some of the sort of lead guitar parts I've definitely lifted like a couple of little things from the Strokes. Although I don't actually like you know what? It actually wasn't like it wasn't like they were like a direct intentional influence. It was more like I figured out how to sort of do that thing, and then I was like, oh, this is what the Strokes do.
The Strokes do.
I was like, oh, this is the Strokes. Okay, and I like it. It's that easy. Yeah.
But it's interesting because foundationally, it's a very like it's got a 60s sound and so on. How with bass in trying to integrate bass into that sound, it's not an instrument that was particularly forward in that kind of era. It was it had a much different role in the band if it was there at all. So how do you kind of integrate that sound into the more modern take on it?
That's a good question. I mean, like, I think like in that sort of older like 60s rock and roll stuff, it was like real that foundational like steady, maybe like a walking like in the single in Do It Right, like there's that like walking bass line that's like super just lifted from that era.
Almost percussive in its
yeah, totally. And then like, but I think with the more, when we kind of do like a more modern take on stuff and some of our like heavier songs or whatever, like, yeah, I feel like it's just channeling something totally different, like that real like kind of like grunge band rock, like.
Yeah, and that's another. You're very melodic. I think when Jess writes her own, like I'll write the song, but then I'll give it to Jack or Jess or Sam. And one thing I notice about Jess's playing, it's very melodic bass playing.
Yeah, it is very melodic.
Which is really cool.
And it is cool actually in some songs hearing your bass line come out for sections, and it fits so well in that sound. It's like it's just good to hear.
And I think particularly in Little Libertines, which is that more kind of like 2000s rock influence. Yeah, I reckon like probably just hours and hours of listening to indie pop in the 2000s as like an early teenager, like just listening to like Two Door Cinema Club and like the Strokes and like all that stuff. Like there's just so many like different things in my head that you kind of lead into, and so like yeah, it's kind of all over the place now that we mention it, but but yeah, I actually don't know why my bass playing is so melodic. Maybe because I used to be a singer.
I did only hear your vocals on one of the songs actually today. I'm assuming that you plan to be on more.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do like vocals here and there on a couple of the songs. The thing that is really difficult is singing and playing bass. It's like I've played like guitar and sung in bands and stuff before, like played percussion in Hobson's, and it's very easy to do like, you know, like vocal stuff, but like that rhythmic, when you're playing something so rhythmic like as like bass is, like, and then trying to sing a melody on top of it, it's actually really hard. And so I was like, I probably would be doing more backing vocals if I could, or like if I need to practice really hard, I think, to get that muscle flex again, because yeah, it's like not very intuitive.
It is actually interesting. You and Jack are on for the very different instruments to what you play for the most part in Hobson's.
Sure, yeah.
How is it must be fun to flex that on stage. I know you're probably doing stuff in other projects and such and getting to play the instruments anyway, but like it's a very different role that you play in both contexts.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's flexing, but it is
you, not me.
It is really.
Sorry, stretching then the muscle.
Yeah,
muscle.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, but it is really fun. Like, and I really enjoy playing guitar in this band because I just like love the guitar so much, and I played drums for most of my life, and then it wasn't until I was actually in my like early 20s that I actually started like learning guitar properly. And yeah, it's really fun to be able to do that because I love doing that.
Jess, you're so much more to the front in Smooth Brains than you are in Hobson's. Yeah. Like, it's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Physically on stage, because you so often get pushed to the back in Hobson's.
You put me in the back. I keep asking them not to. Back there.
Okay, so Smooth Brains, how did you come to that name?
We wrote the song. So we have a song called Smooth Brains. And that's one of the first songs Eric and I came up with together when we started writing together. Because we also write with Eric.
Right.
Well, I write with Eric and he produces it and all that kind of stuff. And so we came up, it was like one of the first songs we came up with on the first day, that and Paradigm.
Oh, yeah.
Just the idea of it. And then it was like, well, Smooth Brains is a cool song name. And I was kind of thinking like, it sounded like Bad Brains, like the punk band from the States or whatever.
Of course.
And I was like, oh, that could be good.
Yeah.
That'll work. Well, that was the idea. And I thought Smooth Brains was kind of like I'm not sure if it's like relevant now. It's kind of dated. But it's like an online term. Like 2016, online, where like left-wing people will call right-wing people Smooth Brains, and right-wing people will call and so I was like, oh, that's topical.
Admit, I had some animosity towards the name when I first heard it actually, because I was just trying to figure out, is this should I be endorsing
you guys
this?
bigots?
In my head, I've always been like, are we ableist? Like,
Well, yeah, that was what came to me as well. And I was just, the more I thought about it, the more I was just like, but I'm not.
It's
I'm
very
not sure.
tongue-in-cheek.
Is having a smooth brain an actual affliction that people have?
Actually, no.
There are like babies that have it.
And
that was like the lyrics for the song.
Before the fontanelle closes.
Yeah.
There is actually
I have actually thought about this before.
What is interesting actually, because my quick reading for something we're about to do. Was actually there are some actual neurological conditions which are caused by having too many like layers and folds and
Yeah, right.
such
Well,
in the
so
brain.
that's-
Which
oh, really? I didn't know that.
I think some
We're sweet. We're good.
perhaps you're koalas. You can say you're koalas. Yeah. But okay, so I do have 3 brain-related questions.
Okay, cool. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Quizzes? We're really good at quizzes.
And I'm trying to figure out how it's best to do this. Whether or not I just get whoever answers first gets the point, and if you're wrong, you lose it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, well, what are the folds in the brain? What's the like kind of scientific name for them?
I don't know.
Or the folding
Not-
of the
not-
brain. For the folding of the brain.
Like the ripples?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
the
not-
folds. Yes.
The fold.
The things you lack. Yeah.
the slopes, the hills.
Like, does it start with N? I don't know.
No.
I'm
Okay,
terrible at
3,
science.
2, 1.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Gyrification.
Clarification.
Which I hadn't heard until my quick. So I should say I'm not a neuroscientist, and this is all 15 minutes on DuckDuckGo before coming in here. So it's whether.
Well, at least we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning.
But perhaps the easier one though is what part of the brain is it that has that gyrification?
Frontal lobe.
That's part of it. Yes.
Part of the brain. The outside.
The grey matter?
Ooh, that's a good.
Okay.
That's a great band name. We should have called Grey Matter. That's a sick name.
Probably.
I'll pay grey matter because it's the cerebral cortex.
Cerebral cortex.
Which does have the frontal lobe and all the other lobes as well.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
it's got
haven't
the
seen
other
shit
lobes.
about
It's
this.
got all the lobes.
I thought all of it was folded.
Just the outer layer, just the outer edge.
Is that what the cortex is?
Well, there's the cortex and there's the cerebral cortex, and don't ask me to tell you the
That's two
difference
different
because,
things. Okay.
well, one is part of the other.
Right.
There
Just as the frontal lobe is part of the whole thing as well.
There we go.
This is starting to get really out of my element.
I'm starting to speak with great confidence about something I don't have much confidence in. Okay, and the final one, and I'll let you answer as a group.
Okay.
Which of the 3 human ancestors, or not, have the largest brain
Homo sapiens.
size? Modern humans, Australopithecus or Neanderthals? So I want these in order.
Oh.
Bigger
a hierarchy.
Modern humans.
I'm going to say Neanderthals.
I'm
Big brains.
I'm also on the Neanderthal thing.
Alright.
Okay, who's next?
Is this us versus you?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'd say
I'd
I'd say modern humans. What was the other one?
What was
There's Australopithecus and Neanderthals.
I've never heard
Modern
of Australopithecus.
humans. That Apithecus one, and then what was the other one?
Neanderthals.
Neanderthals were the dum-dums.
I think it's the exact opposite.
I also
Okay,
think it's the
well,
exact
that's
opposite.
interesting.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
exact opposite.
I think it's the exact opposite of that.
Who wins?
You're all wrong, but in different ways. I think unless I've just blanked. So it's
You lose.
the largest brain is the largest brain is Neanderthals. So
Oh well, you guys win. That.
Jess and Jack.
Yeah.
Then it's Neanderthals. Sorry. Jesus Christ! I'm
Closest thing at Neanderthal.
the very last one is Emily. Then it's modern humans.
And Australopithecus.
Australopithecus.
Who is a very like quite early in the Homo lineage.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. To be fair,
I've learned something.
I went to Christian school and didn't get taught evolution.
Yeah,
so
that was no.
Yeah.
You did get Neanderthals at the top though.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you guys
I've watched some
that.
YouTube videos, so I've heard of Neanderthals now.
I would like to apologise to my biological psychology lecturer. I just need to point out that I have a whole ass psychology degree, and I forgot all the things about the brain, and that's fine because psychology is fake.
It's all made up.
Do you remember Wernicke's area?
Yes, Wernicke's area. It's the one. Okay, so there's Broca's aphasia and there's Wernicke's aphasia. I think Broca's aphasia is the one where you can talk, but it makes no sense. And Wernicke's aphasia, you can understand, but it's one of the, I don't know.
I can't.
I can't remember either.
Year 12 psych for me was a very long time ago. But anyway, thank you for demonstrating that you do deserve to wear the name.
Ding, 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 ding.
I think you got half a point out of the whole quiz. I didn't actually count in the end.
Thank you so much.
After the big L on the first question, I stopped counting. Congrats on the new single, and all the best.
Thanks,
Thank
Ellie.
you, Jim.
smooth brains are smooth both by name and by nature, for real. Enjoy this clip from later in the show as lead vocalist Henry changes guitars and tunes a new one in after breaking a string.
This is actually really late in the set for Henry to ring a string.
The band launched its third single, the 11-minute Paradigm Shift, tonight at Nighthawks. They'll be supported by Clydesdale and the Clones. Oh, and also tonight, and featuring band creatures I feel I'm much more likely to find in this park, is Nukes Out Brussel Sprout. Espresso Terrazzo Records is putting on this gig, benefiting the Conference Against Nuclear and Militarism at a secret loc in Coburg. You can ask the bands for where that is. Those are Lackey Band, Skink Tank, Sour Worm, Dippers, and My Guardian Angel. This VOD's already running long, so no second interview, but I do have this clip of the Skinks playing Teaching Song at Fundraiser Festival Festaroo in Thornbury last year.
Have all gone home, and I'm finally on my own. At last I'm on my own. Darling, I'm grateful I'm my own. Diagonal sunshine on my own. Have you ever had a conversation where they say the same things over and over again, and the words take on new meaning? It's like you're speaking to an old friend, saying hello over and over again. Warm greetings over and over again. So good to see you over and over again. Over your hands for. There's no time for the big life questions. Oh no, you just smile and you try to be helpful. There's no time for your depression. There's no time. But after the noise of the school day, my head is heavy with a buried feeling. I keep waking up at night. I've got too many possums in my ceiling. They're growling over and over and over and over and over and over and over in my
And that's it for this 23rd of May 2026 episode of the Mirrorball podcast. I'm Emily Kurlich, and a huge thank you for Harriet and Corey for helping record the video in the cold and dark in this park tonight. It's very much appreciated. Subscribe and like and all that stuff. See you next time.